I'd like to bring the Butte-Silver Borough Council Commissioners' regular meeting for Wednesday, November 17, 2021 to order. Clerk, could we please have roll call?
12 present, 0 absent.
12 present, 0 absent. Commissioner Sorich, could you lead us with the prayer and the pledge?
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive, fellow commissioners. Almighty God, we implore you, look upon us and guide us this night as we make decisions which shall greatly affect our community of Butte-Silver Bow. Direct our thoughts, words, and deeds so that we please you and best serve our fellow citizens. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, we'll move on to the approval of the minutes. Commissioner Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive. At this time, I move to approve the minutes of the November 3rd, 2021 regular meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Anything on the question? Could commissioners please vote? And would anyone like to change the vote? Clerk, please record the vote.
12 yeas, 0 nays.
12 yeas, 0 nay, motion passes. Moving on to any items not addressed on the agenda, seeing none, we'll move on to the Chief Executive's report. On Monday, we met with the ARPA committee, and we were outlining our grant requirements that we're going to put out for the $1 million worth of grants. We're looking to have that grant programming ready and applications being ready to be submitted January 15th, asking them to be submitted by March 1st, and then we'll have that, hopefully all of them awarded out by May 1st is the goal of the committee. We will have all the requirements. We will follow the ARPA guidelines as we go along that they must fit within the ARPA guidelines in reporting and how they impact the community. So our committee will have our work cut out for us, but hopefully it impacts our community extremely well. As you may have seen or may not have seen, we're going to start talking about should the community put a tax on marijuana tax. I've been asked about it frequently about that and whether we should put it to the voters to impose a 3% tax on the recreational and or the medical marijuana. And we can talk more on this, but I do really believe that this is one chance for us locally to be able to use the money that is generated through it, and it's our only way of helping address any of the needs that come along. And this is no different than alcohol or cigarettes or anything like that. I think that there will be issues that come along with it, like anything that we deal with, and so it's a way that we can put the money that is generated towards programs that will benefit us locally, that may help address some of the issues that we may have from addiction or mental problems or different things like that. So more to come on that. The pole plant will be finishing up construction with Envirocon. They will shut down their operations in the next week. There will be still other things happening out there with hollow contracting. They'll still be screening and crushing out there. So if you see trucks out there, it's not the Envirocon doing that or doing any kind of removal. It'll be hollow contracting doing that work. I have a painting behind me that was given to Butte-Silver Bow. Go ahead, if you want to hold it. This was a gift from the film crew that was here from the Travel Channel. This gentleman is Michael Hickey, and Michael Hickey was a gentleman that found the anaconda lode, and so our Travel Channel people that were doing the Ghost of Butte series, an 8-part series that were here, said this was one of the spirits that they encountered. And so Michael Hickey was really kind of one of the very first Copper Kings before the Copper Kings ever were. So the anaconda lode later became what Marcus Daly kind of took over with Anaconda Company and those things, and Michael Hickey was kind of left out in the cold. He was kind of told that it wasn't very much value to that to the discovery he had by Marcus Daly. But so they told us this was one of the spirits that they had encountered here, and so they had this painting made for us here in Butte, and so we'll find a place in the courthouse where we'll display it proudly here. So anyhow, I wanted to share that with you. As we move forward in the next month, we have a number of retirements here in Butte-Silver Bow, and just to talk about a couple, Karen Sullivan is retiring this month. The health board is interviewing some very qualified applicants, and so we look forward to seeing who the health board moves forward with their recommendation for hire. But we want to thank Karen for her service and going through some of the toughest times I think that our community has ever gone through, and she showed great leadership with that. Pat Holland will be leaving us in the middle of next month in December, and we've already hired his replacement, John Sullivan, who's in the audience with us today, to take over. And again, Pat has done a great job for our community and for us locally in the government, and we're going to miss him, but we're looking forward to working with John and the future with him. And so other retirements, Dan Dennehy from Disaster Emergency Service Manager. He'll be retiring at the end of next month as well. We have hired that position, as well as Jim Merrifield has been selected as the person that will take over from him. He was selected through committee of people from the LEPC committee that we have out there. So we screened that out, and he came out. We had some fantastic candidates, and again, when we go through this, our best candidates were ones that we had in-house, which was fantastic to see. And then we just recently were notified that we have another retirement, as Mary McCormick is going to be retiring December 10th. So we'll be looking to replace Mary, and her expertise and historic preservation officers are not easy to replace. So we'll have to do our due diligence to go out and really work to fill that position. And we want to thank Mary and Dan and Pat and Karen for all their years of service. So with that, we're going to move on. I know that our fire department's here because we're going to have a bomb scare in here, or something's happening. Something major's going on. I don't know what that is. Saw the fire trucks out here. But what we're actually going to do is we're going to move Section 2 ahead of Section 1 as we move forward here. So we'll go to the consent agenda after we do Section 2. So Section 2, if I can get to my paper here and put my glasses on, is communications to be read and acted upon. Communication number 2021-541, J.P. Gallagher, Chief Executive, requesting Council of Commissioners concurrence in the appointment of Zach Osborne, 8 Cedar Lake Drive, Butte, Montana, 59701, as Director of Fire Services, Chief of Fire Chief for Butte-Silver Bow Fire Department. And so I'd like Zach to come up here if I could. I know that just probably about 10 short months ago, we had Zach up here as we were appointing him to Assistant Fire Chief, and since that time, Chief of Fire Services Doherty has turned in his retirement, and he did a great job in the 10 short months that he was with us, but we're fortunate that we have such a qualified individual stepping into his shoes, and Zach was a finalist for that job when we did this, and was a close second to Brian. And I know that we are in great hands with Zach. He's a dedicated fireman. He's dedicated to Butte. He's a Butte native. He's I think his heart is true to what we have here, and I'm extremely proud to recommend him to you for concurrence to do this. So, Zach, I'll let you address, and then we're going to make a motion after that, all right? So if you'd like to speak to the council, I'd sure appreciate it.
Is it on now?
It is.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys aren't too sick of me. This is my third promotion in the last 4 years, so I have nowhere else to go after this, so you guys won't have to listen to me after this. But if if you just give me a second, I can say thank you. So I forgot to say, Chief Executive and members of the council, while I'm up here, I just wanted to thank my wife for being with me this whole time that I've been in the fire service. My 2 daughters are also with me, 9-year-old Tinley and 6-year-old Keston. I want to thank the fellows that I have behind me for coming up here tonight, half an hour early, and showing me support, just like they've done my whole career, and I know that they will also in the future. I'm very appreciative of the fire chiefs that I had before me that paved the way to my success, especially Chief Miller and Chief Doherty, who showed me what leadership is and showed me the hard work that it takes to do good at this job. So it's an honor and it's a privilege, and I'm very grateful that I'm being considered for this job. It's a new chapter in my career that I am excited to start, so thank you.
Thanks, Zach. So with that, I will move to Commissioner Sorge.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive, and thank you, Zach, for all your years old. I would like to make a motion that we approve communication number 2021-541 and place on file.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to place communication number 2021-54 on file. Anything on the question? Would commissioners please vote? And would anyone like to change their vote? Clerk, please record the vote.
12 yea, 0 nay.
12 yeas, 0 nay, motion passes. Congratulations, Zach. And I want to thank all the members of the fire department for coming in and supporting. We have a great fire department, and it shows the camaraderie that you guys have. So thank you for coming in tonight.
All right.
All right.
Public comment.
Oh, we forgot, well, I skipped public comment. No, you guys are good, get out of here, unless you want to come comment up.
Right.
We'll call for any public comment on any item on the agenda tonight. If you have anything that you would like to talk about, please come up, state your name, your address, and the item that you'll be speaking on tonight. Seeing none, we'll move on to Section 1, the consent agenda. Committee reports 1 through 4, and communications B 1 through 28. Do we have any segregations and/or friendly amendments? Seeing none, Commissioner Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive. That's one for the record. I would move to approve Section 1 consent agenda A 1 through 4 and B 1 through 28.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda, A 1 through 4, B 1 through 28. Anything on the question? Could commissioners please vote? And would anyone like to change their vote? Clerk, please record the vote.
12 yea, 0 nay.
12 yeas, 0 nay, motion passes. Moving on to Section 3, ordinance and resolutions introduced to judiciary. We have Council Bill number 2021-08, ordinance number 2021-08, and we will refer this to judiciary. Moving on to Section 4, ordinances and resolutions for second reading. We have Council Bill number 2021, ordinance number 2021-07. Clerk, could you please read the body?
An ordinance amending section 17.060.030 of Butte-Silver Municipal Code, BSBMC, which section adopted the zoning map of Butte-Silver Bow, state of Montana, providing for a change to the official zoning district map by rezoning approximately 16.5 acres from R-1 single-family residence and R-2 two-family residence to R-3 multifamily residence, commonly located between Grand Avenue and Argyle Street, east of Garfield Street and west of Continental Drive, located in the Wilson Park and Northern Pacific Additions, Section 20, Township 3 North, Range 7 West of the PMM of the City and County of Butte-Silver Bow, State of Montana, providing for the repeal of all parts of ordinances in conflict herewith and providing for an effective date herein.
Commissioner Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Chief Executive. At this time, I move to place Council Bill number 2021-07, ordinance number 2021-07 on second reading and pass, having been deemed fully read at length.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to move to the second reading for Council Bill number 2021-07, ordinance number 2021-07. Hearing on the question. Could Commissioners please vote? And would anyone like to change their vote? Clerk, please record the vote.
10 yea, 2 nay.
10 yea, 2 nay, motion passes. Moving on to public comment on any public matter not on the agenda tonight. If you have any item that you would like to address, please come forward. Seeing none, I'd like to have everyone's attention to the calendar of meetings and other events, and other meetings, and then I would take a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Joel, Barb gave us our schedule for our meetings.
All right, who's going?
And then on Wednesday at noon, we have our, anybody that wants to put a communication in for the next regular meeting, which is the 1st of December, they have to have it in by noon on the 24th, Wednesday. Yep, it's a little different because we're off
So for
Thursday
the
and Friday.
following week, we're gonna need to have anything that needs to be on the regular agenda turned in by Wednesday, the 24th.
Right,
Okay,
at noon.
at noon. Oh, SARTA board meets Tuesday night at 5:30? At 6 p.m. for those.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We have SARTA board that night, too.